Welcome once again to Anfield Visions Sports, the channel for all your sports updates and sports in general from around the world. Today, we want to present our list of the fastest footballers to score 100 goals for a club. The struggles of the likes of Philippe Coutinho, Joao Felix and Eden Hazard have led some to question the wisdom in spending astronomical amounts of cash on big-name signings. The likes of Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid may well be pondering a different strategy in the future. But to be fair, there have been lots of notable successes of high-profile names delivering on their mega price tag. For example, this list of the 10 fastest players to reach 100 goals for a single club in the 21st century is dominated by famous names, who were signed by top clubs for big fees whilst at the peak of their career. But before we start the countdown, make sure to subscribe to the channel below to stay tuned with our new videos. Leave a comment also to interact in the comments below. Now to the list of the 10 fastest footballers to score 100 goals for a club. Number 10, Samueletto Barcelona. He scored 100 goals in 154 games. Eto'o started his career in Madrid, then Mallorca before settling at Barcelona where he won honors. On the 14th of February 2009, he scored his 99th and his 100th league goals for Barcelona in a 2-2 draw with Real Betis. Eto'o scored his 30th goal of the 2008-09 season in a La Liga match against Real Valladolid. Number 9, Ciro Immobile, Lazio. He scored 100 goals in 147 games. The Italy international had turned out for 7 different clubs before he found his home, at the age of 26, in the Eternal City. Immobile had struggled to find goals after high-profile moves to Borussia Dortmund and Sevilla, but had usually done well in home country, particularly with Pescara in Serie B and a prolific season in Serie A with Torino. But it's at Lazio where he's enjoyed a sustained run of good form, averaging 30 goals a season during his 5 years at the Stadio Olimpico, with a particularly stunning 36-goal haul, enough for him to be awarded a third Capocannoniere award for Serie A's top scorer as well as the European Golden Shoe in 2019-20. Number 8, Christian Vieri, Inter Milan. He scored 100 goals in 138 games. Before his eyebrow-raising move to La Liga's Atletico in 1997, Vieira was on top of the world at Juventus. He'd starred for the old lady when they'd won the Serie A title and reached the Champions League final, and averaged a goal a game in his one season in Spain, before swiftly returning to Italy with Lazio. The Italian striker seemed to get itchy feet through the 90s, transferring 7 times in 7 seasons between 1992 and 1999, before eventually settling down in Milan. He only won 1 Coppa Italia during his 6 years at the San Siro, but notched 123 goals in 190 appearances, and started like a house on fire. Number 7, Kylian Mbappe, PSG. He scored 100 goals in 137 games. Given he burst onto the scene as a teenager in Monaco's extraordinary run to the Champions League semi-finals, as well as winning the Ligue 1 title in 2016-17. It should be no surprise that PSG broke the bank for Mbappe's signature. Originally on loan, in the same summer they spent €222 million on Neymar. Safe to say, he's lived up to his price tag. Number 6, Robert Lewandowski, Bayern Munich. He scored 100 goals in 136 games. Lewandowski had already established himself as one of Europe's best number 9s with a key role in back-to-back Bundesliga titles for Borussia Dortmund, as well as unforgettably scoring 4 goals in 1 game against Real Madrid in the 2013 Champions League semi-final. It was no surprise, then, that the prolific centre-forward continued to keep banging in the goals after joining Pep Guardiola at Bayern Munich on a free transfer the following summer. He's actually got better with age, and could well end up beating Gerd Muller's Bundesliga tally, a once unthinkable prospect. Number 5, Edinson Cavani, Napoli. He scored 100 goals in 135 games. Aging like a fine wine, Cavani has become an instant fan favorite with his Indian summer stint at Manchester United, having arrived at Old Trafford after overtaking Zlatan Ibrahimovic to become PSG's all-time top scorer. But it was arguably at Napoli where the Uruguayan was at his very best, scoring 104 goals in 138 appearances across 3 seasons between 2010 and 2013. That kind of record could have seen him become a Maradona-esque deity at the Stadio San Paolo if he'd played in a better side. Cavani also had an impressive start with PSG where he scored 100 goals in 166 matches, good enough for the 17th spot on the all-time list. Number 5, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Man Utd. He scored 100 goals in 131 games. Sir Alex Ferguson had to be patient for the Dutch striker to eventually show up at Old Trafford, with his original proposed move to a cruciate knee ligament injury. That didn't stop his poacher's instinct, though, and he was worth the wait once he eventually did arrive, hitting the ground running from day one. He's just a ruthless goalscorer. He just lived for scoring goals. Whenever he did score or didn't score, the first thing he would do when we got on the team bus, after the game, was see if Henry scored, Paul Scholes once said. If Henry had scored, he wouldn't talk to anybody for the full trip home because he was so engrossed in being the leading goalscorer. Not just at United but in the league, in the world, everywhere. Number 3, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, PSG. He scored 100 goals in 124 games. Ibrahimovic had already won 4 Serie A titles with 3 different clubs, 2 Eredivisie titles with Ajax, and a La Liga title with Barcelona when he became a statement signing for newly minted PSG in 2012. Not only did he win the title in each of his 4 years in the French capital, but he scored at least 30 goals in each, peaking with 50 goals in 51 appearances in his final season there. Fair to say he delivered what was expected. At number 2 we have Luis Suarez, Barcelona. He scored 100 goals in 120 games. Norwich City fans still have nightmares about Suarez at his terrifying best at Liverpool, but they could breathe a sigh of relief when he left, becoming Barcelona's record signing in the summer of 2014. Having served a 4-match ban for all football activities, dished out by FIFA after he chomped on Giorgio Chiellini at the World Cup in Brazil. He was quite literally chomping at the bit once he was able to get started at the Camp Nou, fitting into an irresistible attack alongside Neymar and Lionel Messi. Suarez scored 25 goals in 39 appearances as Barcelona won the treble in 2014-15, and didn't slow down from there, scoring 59 goals the following year, and eventually 198 across his 6 years there. Needless to say, Mario Balotelli and Ricky Lambert struggled to fill his shoes at Anfield. And finally at number 1, Cristiano Ronaldo, Real Madrid. With Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo scored 100 goals in 105 games. Florentino Perez's second Galactico project kicked off with the world record signing of Ronaldo in 2009, arriving off the back of 3 successive Premier League titles with Manchester United. The Portuguese icon had to be patient for silverware, with nothing in his first season, and only the Copa del Rey in his second, but goals were not a problem. He scored a respectable 33 goals in 35 appearances in his first season under Manuel Pellegrini, which was actually his worst return in 9 years. Going on to score at least 50 goals 6 seasons running between 2010 and 2016, and eventually comfortably surpassing Raúl as Los Blancos' all-time top scorer. Ironically, Messi is not on this top 10 list as the list is dominated by players who started playing for a new team during their prime. Lionel Messi no doubt had an impressive start to his career as evidenced by his 100 goals in his first 188 matches, good enough for the 32nd fastest all-time. That's all for the list of fastest players to score 100 goals for one club. Stay tuned for more videos of news and updates from the world of sports by subscribing to the channel and following the updates. Thanks.